The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind.
Okay. Alright. Part number 6. I decided to go ahead with the canopy. I got my canopy off. I pulled the tape off the sides of it. We'll retape it down. Now, I want to get this blue out of here. So what I did, I sliced right across here. Get that loose. Now, work my way under the edge here. Hopefully, the pilot is glued to this. So, I'm going to try to get that up without breaking this wood under here. So, yeah. So that should work. Let's cut this across here. Get this edge here off. Get it started. There we go. Now, popped part of it out. I was afraid of that. Alright, let's see if I can. I guess that glue went all the way through. I don't know if I can salvage this or not. Have to see if I can carefully get that off of there. Glue that back into place. Yeah, they must have cut a hole in it and put the glue out through the covering. Wow, it is stout. Okay, now okay, put that piece back in place. Get my glue opened up here. We'll just wick a little bit of thin CA down in that. Stick it back down. We'll sand it a little bit. Okay. It's quite a job to do one of these, but it makes for an interesting outcome when you get it done. We'll keep this pilot. It'd be a decent pilot to put in something else sometime. We'll get the rest of that off of him later. I'll put him on the shelf, save him for a later date. Now, get the rest of this blue off of here. We'll have to put a little piece of yellow covering on the side here where I tore that, both sides, and then well, I guess I've got some of this yellow trim tape ordered, but I don't have it in yet. So I think I'm going to try to use the red that I've got to put the canopy back on with for right now. I don't know, I'll just have to see what I get to here. See if I can get the rest of this off of here. There we go. Now we're coming. This is not covering that they have on here. This is that trim tape stuff, which that's probably what I'll put back on here. I've got black. My goodness. Tell you what, they did a good job sticking it. I'll give them that. Get that off of here. That was all trim tape to right there. Okay. Now, get the rest of this off. Cut this. Alright. Get my sanding block out. We'll sand that. Mainly the glue right there. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut the hole for this before we cover it. I want, he's going to be about right there. So, what we want to do cut out a big enough hole that our deal will go down through. Okay. Alright, the bolt. Okay. Now, I want to make sure that's going to clear. Alright, that'll work. Take a little bit more back here. Okay, that's the hole I'll need for my clearance on that dude. get his bust around here where it belongs. Yeah. Okay. That will work right there. And then we'll put some screws through the bottom of it to hold him on rather than glue him. Okay, got that cleared. I'm going to have to saw this off though, pretty short. That's what I was trying to get an idea of. I'm going to take this control horn off of here. Alright, let me find my saw. There it is. Okay, I'm going to have to cut this off pretty short. And then we're going to sand around it. So that will press back on there. There we go. I think probably about right there. Yeah, that'll clear. I want to clear the bottom of this is what I'm after. I want to clear the bottom of this canopy right here. That should work fine because there is a plate. Well, I'm going to have to go a little bit shorter. There's a plate right here on the fuselage that I don't want it to rub on. So, let's see. Take that on down just a little bit more. It'll work. I'll probably just sand that on down. Okay, it's gonna have to work. This is gonna low as I'm gonna be able to get it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that'll work. That gives me about 1/8 of an inch clearance underneath there. So that will work right there. Okay. Now, got that part taken care of. Let's see. Get his head on here. See where the tail's gonna have to be. Probably right there. Okay, there. Got his tail on there where it'll wiggle. That'll work. Okay. What I've done on the tail, I drilled a hole in the bottom of the tail itself. I put a piece of round dowel rod up in there, glued it, drilled a hole. I drilled a hole through the dowel rod. Then I took a piece of hardwood flat stock, 1/4 inch thick, drilled a hole through it and tapered it on each side so it will swivel. And then I drilled a hole through that and put a metal pin through it, and then put heat shrink on each end of that plus super glue to hinge it on there, and that way it'll make his little tail wiggle. And then I'll come out of the bottom of this with a piece of wire down and an L loop, and that will hook right into the servo arm. Servo arm will make it wiggle back and forth, and I'll hook this to the rudder servo, so when I work the rudder back and forth, his tail will work also. His head will plug into the aileron, so the aileron makes his head turn right or left. Okay, we'll get some covering out, and we'll get this wood recovered in black, and then we'll be back to put the rest of it in. Okay, we'll start that, sticking it at the front, work our way back so we can seam it right into that bend back there, and then just work it right on to the top. Okay. And we'll get all of our fingerprints off of this. We'll wipe it down with alcohol. Alright. Okay. Now, we're going to put yellow on the sides right here. But what I'll have to do is cut some strips to go across here. Either that, or I could cover it in some yellow. See how that's, that would be fine, because that's going to cover it up with this yellow band back here. So I may just do that. It might be easier just to put a piece of yellow across there. Alright, let me get some irons heated up here and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, got all the black covered. Got the yellow strip back on the sides. Covered it back up, and then I just used this red trim tape to go around the back here, because canopy is going to sit over the top of it anyway. Alright, now what we want to do is cut these the diagonal across here, and we're going to fold those under. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what to do on my tail here. Where did my tail go? cut across this way. Hook that up through there. Let's see what we got here. Poke that back down inside there so it doesn't show so bad. Or we cut the hole out. All right. Now, let's glue this in place. And get my pen out of here. Alright. Just let a little of that wick around the edge of that. Okay. Let's see how this is going to fit. Okay, I need to find some screws to go in my little head here. Let me find some of those and I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Got the head bolted in. Clean all of our fingerprints off of this. So it stays nice and shiny in the canopy. Alright. There you have it. Little head that turns. We'll hook that to the ailerons. And so it'll turn with that, and then we'll have his tail hooked to the rudder where he can wag his tail. Simple as that. Now all we gotta do is the bottom part. We'll hook the linkage up. We'll mount one servo up here for the head, and I gotta see which direction it's gonna pull, so I need to turn this which way so the head turns right and left. And then back here I'm gonna have to mount a little servo kind of over to the side right here, but we'll figure that linkage out here in just a second. Alright, we're going to modify our servo here just a little bit. Okay. Alright. We need this back here in this corner. So getting there. Now, that will fit right there. So we need to cut that out. Cut just a little bit more of this. Now, we're going to have to cut this block off a little bit. Alright, now let's see what we got here. Okay, we had to cut out a little block here because I need my servo on the back side to make it go right and left with the rudder. I mean, I could have put it the opposite direction, but I think it'll look better if it's going the same way as the rudder. So we're going to glue that right in there, and we'll just put just a couple little drops of CA. It'll hold it. I had to cut the little wings off of the servo. That's okay. We won't put a whole lot in case we need to get it out of there sometime. That'll hold it in place. Not a whole lot of torque on this. That little tail wiggling back and forth is all it is. So, okay. Now, let's see here. We got to make a wire. Let's plug this up now and see how it's going to go. Plug it into the rudder. Plug the battery in. Right? That will make it go right and left. Okay. I'm going to carve out just a little bit right in here. Make sure that's going to have enough clearance. That should go plenty. Okay. Now, go up here. Find some wire here. Okay, what I want to do, get my little 3 prongs, yeah. Let's see. May. Yeah, I think I'll change that. Well, actually that'll stay just fine right there. Now, get our little tail centered. And make a mark. On that. And then we will take these, turn this around here. Make us a 90-degree bend in that. Then just cut it off a little bit long. You can always shorten it. Okay. And shorten it just a little bit. Straighten it out. Alright. May need to swivel that. Alright, yeah, we're going to have to put a little bit of a swivel in that. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Make me a little hook into that. It off a little bit more. See, I'm gonna have to twist this. Down around there. Okay. Got our servos all mounted. Got our tail servo back here in this corner. Some little homemade linkage. Got the head mounted and the servo for it up here. I built a little plate to glue up here for it. That's how that works. Alright, there's his head. Head will turn with the ailerons, and the tail will wag with the elevator. Pretty simple, not too much to it. And I'll wrap my wires down underneath here and come out with some extensions right here, so when I put my canopy on I can plug them into the Y harnesses coming off the receiver. So anyway, done with that. I'll clean this up and get the cover put back on it, and we'll go from there. Alright, we're going to attempt to put this cover back on, or canopy, with this 1/4 inch red trim tape. I wish I had, or this is 1/8 inch, I'm sorry. I wish I had some 1/4 inch. I don't have any yet. I've got some ordered, but I may have to redo this later, but hopefully this will grab it enough to hold on there. I don't know. Just have to, if I can get it to here where I can. That's turned off. Let me prop it up here. Like that. Get it started. May have to put 2 layers to get it to stick good. Remember, this stuff stretches. You can bend it around corners. Okay. I may put a second piece on here. I can always redo it later if I need to with the yellow when it comes in. Alright. I think that'll work alright. Doesn't look too bad. I'll just go on around it with that. Let me get this other side down. Okay. We'll just have to put 2 pieces since it's not wide enough. Some pretty neat stuff though. Another one there. Okay, I think that's going to work. We'll go ahead and finish this up around here. And they're all back down. Fingerprints all off of it. Tape worked good. Just put 2 layers around there. The stuff stretches. You can stretch it and bend it around these turns, and it really works well. I think this will be just as good as a 1/4 inch wide strip. So if it starts to come loose, I'll put some of the other on it. But anyway, got her all done. Got the tail and head ready to go. So now all we got to do is put the engine on this thing and mount the wheels on it. Hopefully we can get it made in flight tomorrow.